Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News, and I'm your host, Ellie Holder. And this is weather and lifestyle news. Yeah, I'm late, Karen. I had to go get my dog. Um, she was fixed today. We take our dogs in for procedures, and we worry about them the whole time. They said we could pick her up in between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. So I'm late because I had to go get my dog and make sure she was okay. I was so worried about her and she would be out of it. And, she got fixed. That's all it was. But you know what? I worried about her. What if they overdose her? What if I thought the worst. I really did. And, um, I did a discount thing. And so I was really worried about her. And I wanted to make sure she was okay. We love our pets. And so I was going to put it on Facebook, and I thought, no, it's just everybody think I was silly to worry so much and ask for prayers. Um, but we love our pets. You know, and they were doing tests on her. It wasn't just her being fixed, it was her with heartworms, and they were going to look at her for any diseases that come with being a purebred. And everything came back fine. And she came back and she was like, yeah. Why did I worry? Yeah, she came back looking for the puppy, and the puppy is at my daughter's house, and she's acting normal, but we love her pets. Yeah. So I'm late because I had to go get the dog from the vet, and I'm sorry for the delay. And we love our pets. Karen, what do you think? Did I go overboard? I did the same thing with my kids. Um, I folks, when we have animals and when we're at our age, I'm over 60. I have to admit, I'm over 60. And, when we lose, I put my Scottish Terrier down not quite a year ago. And, we got Jewel. I know you guys have seen pictures of her. If not, go look at them on Facebook. And I just worry because we've had so much um, things go wrong with dogs in the last few years. I had a Scottish Terrier that um, she was so sick. The whole time we had her, she was sick. And I think the people that sold us the dog, uh, Kinsey, I think they knew. And when we have Scotty, which was it, we named him Scotty. He was fine, but then I thought he was lonely, needed a playmate. Because we love our pets, and they're bored. But Scotty wanted to be by himself. He was a loner. He said, "No, I don't think so." Now, when we got Smokey, I think they lied to us. Folks, when you adopt pets, they are troubled pets. And when we look at them, uh, we were told Smokey was about a year old. Come to find out, he was about 8 years old. And so we got lied to. Be very, very careful when you uh, get a dog you think you're going to save, because then we had Neela, and we had Neela briefly. And a lot of people know, and they say, "What happened to Neela?" She just would not conform. She was too much for us. We had to do other avenues with her. And then we got Jewel as a puppy. Because, I thought, with a puppy, you can, um, when you get them, you can, if you're the problem, you're, let's see, how do I put this? When you get a puppy, 6 to 8 weeks old, if you screw them up, then you have to deal with it. Now, when you adopt a dog that's about 6 to a year old, like we did Scotty, we got lucky with Scotty. The other ones we didn't get so lucky with because we got lied to. Be very, very careful, folks, because there's not honest people out there. And when we got Kinsey, we spent thousands of dollars on her, um, because we were lied to. And she had medical issues that we couldn't fix. And it was because they bred her too early. I'm sorry. And I felt really bad for Kinsey, because she was bred too early. They had her having puppies because they wanted to sell them. And when they bred her too early, we looked at medical issues and a thousand or more dollars on her, 3 surgeries to hope to save her, and it didn't. She was just miserable. I wish we would have just put her to sleep at when we first ran into the issues. But folks, we love our pets. We really do. And we want to save them. We want to help them. But sometimes when other people have money issues, um, man, Karen, I tell you to get a puppy, and I tell others to get puppies, and I even talk Linda G into a puppy. But you have to be so careful. Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying don't rescue puppies or don't rescue dogs, but be prepared when you rescue a dog that you know exactly what's going on with them, or a cat, because you're going to run into issues uh, and expenses. Uh, wow. So we went and got Smokey, and Smokey was, I don't even think they were the breed of dog they even claimed he was. And we took him to the vet, and I thought, his teeth look wrong. Well, instead of being a year old, he was 6, 7, 8 years old. So he lived to about 18 years before we had him put to sleep. And that's what they compared him to. I was told he was a year old. He was 6, 7 years old. And he had issues. He went blind. He went senile. He um, was chewing. He was eating himself alive, and I didn't know what to do. And the vet said he was senile. But we love our pets. Um, you know, um, well, Karen says that's why she prefers mutts. Smokey was a mutt, though, Karen, and we were lied to. You want to rescue dogs, but be sure you're being told the truth, folks, because um, now that I have, and I'm not even going to tell you what I paid for these dogs. Crazy, crazy. Um, I with Jewel, so now that I got Jewel, and yeah, I know you've seen the pictures, and Rocky is the next one. Rocky is pure, Jewel isn't. So I paid less for Jewel than I did Rocky. Um, so oh boy, I'm sorry for coughing, folks. Um, we love our pets. We really do. So when Jewel went in today, and it's a simple spaying, I worried about her the whole time. Why? Because I have been through so much with um, rescue dogs that, when they go in, they got this wrong, that wrong, this wrong, that wrong. And it's thousands and thousands of dollars to fix them. So what, I had Jewel. I went in, I said, totally check her out. I want to know what's going on. And, I was waiting for the worst because of what we've been through with uh, Kinsey and Smokey. And they said, you know what? She's perfect. Why'd I worry? Because we love our pets. Now, Rocket. Now, y'all know I had tests done. Um, they're finding throat issues with me. I'm going to have to go in for more tests. That's what I was missing the other day when I said no shows. I just want to be honest with you. I got um, throat issues, and it's an extra piece of skin. Folks, when you have your kids going for to get their tonsils and their adenoids, uh, I they now they don't do like they did back in the 70s. Back in the 70s, they left a flap of skin on me that's in my throat that catches everything I eat, and it's um, uh, I don't want to worry y'all. They're going to have to go and take this flap of skin out. It's because they did me wrong when I was 12, 13 years old when they took my tonsils. So they left a flap of skin. That's why I cough. Yeah, everybody says, "Oh yeah, smoker." No, no, they left a flap of skin, and it is irritated. And when we're looking at allergies, that's the first thing that's affected. So, oh, they found out, and they're going to have to do more tests, and they're going to get ready to take that flap of skin out. Karen, what do I'm like scared to death. I'm more worried about my dogs than I am me. And they said, no, we got to cut that skin out. And I'm like, well, I got to worry about my dog that's going to go in and have be spayed. Well, no, not really. Susan says, oh no, more tests. It's just so they can get a really good look at it. They had me swallow some dye, and they took a good look at my throat. Now I got to go back in and have the same thing done, but they're going to take a closer look uh, for surgery. And I said, well, that's not going to keep me from doing a show, is it? I've done canceled out of so many shows, uh, with everything else that's going on. And they said, oh no, it'll be a simple procedure. I was like, yeah, uh-huh, yeah. But when they say simple, then you consider it as I'm going to miss a day or two. But I don't even know when it is, and I have stomach issues. Uh, get this. So I know a lot of people in with the heat of the moment, the heat, they just can't eat. And so they're looking at my stomach and they're saying, why can't you eat? And I'm like, because it's hot. I don't want to eat. And the good thing about it is I lost a few pounds. Yeah, they wanted me to lose 30 pounds. And now that I'm losing weight, they're like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. All right. So I don't want to get into me and my dogs. But you know what? We love our pets. Love them with all your heart. And as we get older, and the kids move out, our kids are our pets, and we worry about them. And I said, after Scotty, I was like, no more, no more, no more. But then I got Jewel, and then I got Rocky, and um, the reason I named. Let me give you a background on Jewel. When I wanted to come up with a name with her, I've never paid for a dog before. I paid for Scotty, but I've never paid this much for a dog. And I said, you know what? I got to name her after something. what am I gonna name her? And I said, I had to pay for her, so let me look at a diamond or gems. And so I named her Jewel, after all of the gems. And then when I got Rocky, you guys have seen the cute pictures of Rocky. I said he's got a match because I did pay for him. Now, how much? You guys are going to say, how much did I pay for Jewel? A couple $100. How much did I pay for Rocky? A couple $100. So Rocky, I wanted to compare comparable with Jewel, and so I wanted to give him a tough name. So I went through all the gems and jasper and diamond and uh, uh, agates and nuggets and I said, you know what? And gems come from a rock, so I named him Rocky. Uh, and I think they're going to be fun. And I'm going to, they get under my desk in my second hour because I watch them, and I have to keep looking down, and I try to look straight, and then I slowly look down because Rocky wants to chew on my wires. So, oh boy, I'm already 20 minutes. Yikes! And next hour, folks, if you're looking for the final chapter of um, the series I've been doing, this is so important, folks. Come on back with the next hour. And boy, I went through it today and I thought, oh my goodness, this is big with everything going on. Um, Kim Clemente. I'm just going to say, go watch Kim Clemente, folks. I watched him today for a little bit and it was like, wow. Um, because I don't like to get political on this show. So, boy, what do we have today? But are you guys ready for all of these hurricanes? We're looking at a huge increase of hurricanes on the Pacific. And there's Hillary. Really, we have Hurricane Hillary. It's going to be wreaking havoc. Um, uh, those that know me very well, um, and I don't like to get political, but when Bill and Hillary killed the boys, Kevin Ives, I vowed to be there for Linda Ives. So let's go on. Look into the boys on the track if you're curious. So,
let's see what's expected.
All right, I want to get this set up, and boy, are we gonna see um, the hurricanes increase? Are we going to see the fall weather? Now look at that. I'm going to give you a fall weather forecast, and or the Weather Channel is not me. Oh boy, uh, I'm all in a fix today because we love our pets. Uh, so Hurricane Hillary, yeah, everybody's got a chuckle over that one. I don't get Ellie Hurricane. We're done past the E's. We're onto the H's. Um, but what I was looking for is for a normal weather pattern. Boy, this is gonna be rough today. And normal, what I'm meaning is when there is a normal hurricane weather pattern, we see them coming from Africa and they come up and they hit either the Gulf or they'll hit the East Coast. We are seeing a normal that we have not seen in many, many years. And why is that? Well, Ivanka Trump, Trump's daughter, went and stopped the chemtrails, and we know chemtrails are real now. Let's not pussyfoot around anymore, folks. We know they're true. We know they're real. And when she stopped it, we are now starting to see Mother Nature fix itself. And we are now starting to see a normal weather pattern. And what we're seeing is now, if Mexico wouldn't have seeded clouds, we would be looking at a normal hurricane season. What's normal? Well, 4 to 5. Now, we didn't see none in the spring, but now we're moving into the fall tornado hurricane season. What are we expecting? It should be normal. We're going to see 4 or 5 of them. We're going to see some in the Gulf, some on the East Coast. Is that weird? No. Don't let them throw climate change in on you when we're going to see a normal weather pattern. All right, so let me get going on this.
Let's see what's expected with the weather company's newly released fall outlook. We'll start with the big picture of September through November. The places that are going to be the hottest when compared to average are in the bright red, stretching from southeastern Arizona to southern New Mexico and southwestern Texas. Again, that's the overall 3 month trend, but the monthly breakdowns look like this. September will feature cooler than average temperatures for the upper Midwest to the Great Lakes and the Northeast. The bright red shows where temperatures are going to be the most above average. October will bring a temperature boost back to the Northeast, but a cooler pattern is expected to play out for the northern plains. Overall, much of the country will trend warmer than average. As for November, it's expected to be mild. This doesn't mean that it won't feel like fall, but temperatures will be warmer than what's typically seen during fall's final month.
Really, really. You know, um, I compare it to what I've always seen, because I used to set up for a haunted house, folks, and you know what I see? Normal. Right. It this moment when I set up the haunted house, I would see 80s, 90s, sometimes 100, but it would be really cool in the mornings. That's what I'm seeing. Nothing's increased. Nothing's hotter than usual. Nothing is unusual. And that's what they're saying. And it really, um, it really, there. Oh, looky there! It came right up today. Um, when I look at our weather, I look at what we've seen in the past. It's nothing hotter, nothing cooler, nothing different. The only thing different was we didn't have the hurricane in June, the hurricanes in May and June like we normally do. Boy, I'm sorry, folks. I've been coughing since earthquakes. We had one in Petrola, California, 4.3. I felt those, and it was in Petrolia. Is about 30 miles deep. At 4. Where's the other new one? In yeah, you guys may have lost me for a second. I'm not sure why. Um, So hopefully I'm back. Um, I'm going to go. Oh, there we go. Um, Now, when we have one in the central and mid Atlantic ridge of a 6.0, that really concerned me. But you go straight across um, um, to Colombia 6.0, and it's almost equal across. And so I had to look at what's equal. And then we had one in Indonesia 5.3. Um, and everybody's getting excited over this. Mid Atlantic Ridge. Okay, what does that mean? Well, um, when we look at um, Tonga 5.2, and we go up, and we had a 4.3 in Vanuatu. Now, Vanuatu had a 6.5 in the last few days. Um, and it's equal to what we've seen in Tonga. You go across, it's pretty equal with Colombia. It's pretty equal to the Atlantic Ridge. All right, so if we go straight across, then we've got a 5.3 in Indonesia. It went down. Then it got very, very quiet, folks. And Indonesia, the Asia Pacific got very quiet in Alaska. 4.0 in Attic, Alaska. There was one up high, 2.7 in Kobuk, Alaska. And then, you say, well, what is going on? Well, just in the last 10 hours, or not even 10 hours, we had one in Petrola, California. We had one in Honduras, 4.8. And we just recently had one in Puerto Rico. And, then we got to look at the mid Atlantic, not mid Atlantic, United States uh, um, fault line that runs through the center of the country. Eureka, Nevada. What about Colorado? So, Segundo, did you guys feel it? 3.0, but it was only about 3 miles deep. They would have felt this. Pearsall, Texas, 2.6. You know what? I think it's going to head to the east. I think we'll see one in Oklahoma, and then up to the eastern coast. I always say, Karen and Susan, beware. No, I don't know about that. I think we're going to see one Oklahoma, and I think it's going to stick around Oklahoma and Arkansas and the Mississippi. I don't think it's going to go too far because we are seeing so many rumblings around um, the Mississippi River. Remember, there was an earthquake so bad it caused the Mississippi to flow backwards, and I think that's what we're really starting to see things. So, what am I? What am I looking at right now? We have 32 earthquakes. It's very quiet in Japan. It's very active in the United States. Is this weather wars? Now, we have seen China flooding. We have seen so much going on um, in between China and the United States and Taiwan, Japan. Any place that we see wars, Turkey. Why Turkey? What is going on in Turkey that we're seeing a lot of earthquakes? Because Turkey won't conform. And that's all I'm going to say with that. But I really believe this is a type of heart wars that we're starting to see going on. And then I call it weather wars. All right. So, oh boy. Um, Alabama. Oh boy, Alabama. Hunting parties, real and monstrous alligators. Now, they say these 12-foot long, they're way bigger. Now, these guys, but not only one, but two. And these were 400 to 500 pound alligators that they pulled in. And now 12 foot, I've seen them 15, 16 foot alligators on, um, well, what's that show called? The Alligator Guys. They pulled in 13, 15 foot. Now, now these guys, um, they pulled in two 12 footers at 400 to 500 pounds. Um, More and more, we're starting to see it. Uh, Now that you guys say the alligator hunters, their show just isn't there anymore. Well, there was quite a few that started doing a massive hunt, and it was depleting the alligators at one point for Louisiana. Well, then they found out, they couldn't get those 15 footers. So they uh, basically went back to Florida to where they could get these 12 footers. Then all of a sudden in Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, Louisiana started seeing these big alligators once again. Uh, all right, so um, pen pals. Did uh, Karen and Susan and a few of those, even those watching, put in the comments. Did you ever do pen pals? I mean, this was something in the 70s and 80s, but it quit. Now, these pen pals, both 80 years old, met for the first time uh, uh, after writing each other letters for 68 years. Um, They started writing each other at the age of 12. I had a pen pal. He was over in, I believe, South Korea, and I lost contact with him. Wook O was his name. And I chose him because he was in another country that was being, um, to me, it was the country was very poor, and I wanted to be his friend. And I kept in touch with Wook. I wish I'd get a hold of him again, but even when I've searched, there's so many O's that I can't find him. But Wook O was my pen pal, and I appreciated it because he told me things over in Asia that I was surprised with. And so these two women met for the first time after 68 years. They're both 80, and they said they began writing at the age of 12 in 1955. We need to bring this back, folks. They became girl guides on different sides of the Atlantic. Um, and so, it wasn't like they were in different countries. And so finally, they got to meet. Encourage your grandkids to get a pen pal because this is something that hasn't been put forth in the schools for, they say, at least 15 years. Wow. So, Hillary, oh, yeah, you guys want to hear about Hillary. Yeah, you guys want to hear about the Hillary storm. Um, all right, here we go.
Well, we are tracking Hillary, and we are going to be watching this very closely. Hillary right now is in the Pacific. This has been rapidly intensifying and is expected to continue to intensify. Now, as it moves closer to the coast of California, it will considerably weaken, but we are still looking at impact. So as we watch this through the weekend, what we're going to notice here is as this system moves further north, we could be looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds as it closes in on the southwest. So high surf, wind,
Heavy rainfall could be in the forecast for this weekend. Now, this system is entering much cooler water, so we do not have to worry about Hillary strengthening as it closes in on the southwest coast. But certainly the rain, some wind, high surf is going to be felt by this weekend. So there's a look at the track, and you can see it narrowing Baja California. It comes up into the southwest, and take a look at all the moisture. So really, when you start to get in on that rainfall, it is going to be by this weekend, and we do have the possibility of some flooding over the southwest, even into Monday as this system continues to work its way north.
Yeah, Hillary. Yeah. Yeah, take out California. I'm teasing, folks. So, people in Northwest Chinatown were surprised to find unusually clear fresh water. Lake had turned green. Why is it turning green? And Lake Mishan, China, shocked residents when they discovered the water had turned a bright green. And why? You know, let's see if we can get this up for you guys.
This is 星海湖的水，绿的跟菠菜汁儿一样，感觉好可怕呀！看小孩在里玩水，这父母心里多大？这是星海湖的水，绿的跟菠菜汁儿一样，看小孩在里玩水，这父母心里多大？这是星海湖的水，绿的跟菠菜汁儿一样。
Yikes, green. That's, and I don't even know if I'd even let my kids play in that. They don't even know what's caused it. Wow. Wow. They don't even know why. Why are our lakes green and red and blue? And if you notice that, red especially, but green and blue, weird blues and greens and yellows and reds. When I look at it biblically, it said the waters will go red. They didn't say nothing about green. So is this? I think it's Mother Nature's way of saying, stop, quit throwing garbage in my ocean. Oh, all right. Pig's kidney works in the body of brain dead man over a month. Now, get this. It brought him back to life. Are we going to start seeing animals sacrificed to save our lives? Or a human organ transplant, animal human organ transplants. The latest experiment announced Wednesday marks the longest pig kidney that has functioned in a person. And maybe even one that would have been deceased. It's not over. Researchers are set to track the kidney performance for a second month. Is this organ really going to work on a human organ? So far, it's looking like it. I mean, you have to think on that one. Are we going to start seeing animal organs used in people? Is that what's going to save those with brain or other ailments? Are we going to live longer because of animal human transplants? We didn't look at this 10 years ago, folks. There's a lot of stuff 10 years ago that we never even imagined would be happening right now. But now we're starting to see. What about mice, where they were growing ears or body parts on the backs of mice? Oh boy, Karen. Oh, Karen, and Susan, I don't know about this. You know, as we look at the future of medical, uh, are we going to see that we are now going to be saved or preserved past 80, 90, 100 years old? Do we want to live that long with health issues? I don't know. You know, the way the government's going, and I can't say much because it's political. Uh, I think that this could be a way. What about if AI? What if we had someone pass, and you could have a robot that looks just like them, talks like them, thinks like them, isn't quite them though. Why, you know, you got to look at Michael Jackson wanting to be frozen. Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to get creeped out by all this. Um, uh, Now we know Maui is looking at 111 deaths now. Joe Biden will be going over there to take a peek and give his prayers. I'm just going to go with that. Um, Now, Canadian cows bred to belch less cow farts, less cow burps. Is that going to save us? Um, it could. You know, it's like clean energy, folks. You know, when we look at the ecology, and we did clean coal and clean gas, clean oil, and now look, we're Canadian cows bred to belch less. Is this going to save the cheese and the milk industry? It could. It really could. um, Mice and rats. Oh, why is it we're battling with these things? Not only New York, but now Wisconsin prison continues to battle ongoing mice infestation because people don't want to kill them. Come on, these are horrible. Don't feel sorry for the mice and the rats. They uh, when you know when you get too many, you just got to curb them down. And I know I'm going to get hate mail saying, "Oh, don't kill the little mouse and don't kill the cute little rat." Well, you know, I had rats, and within oh boy, I had three, and within 6 months, I had 50. I didn't realize. I was just trying to help the rat population, and they were cute, but they breed really quick, and you get many, many, many. And they're now we're looking at Wisconsin and New York that is having a pandemic of rat proportions. You know, there's a certain point when they carry diseases, folks, that we don't need. And look at Arizona when they had mice so bad that they were getting diseases that they couldn't control. We have got to curb this, and not only in New York but now Wisconsin prisons are having the same issues. Let's not, you know, granted, prisoners are in there because they're bad people, but we don't need diseases to form in a prison that could possibly harm those on the outside. Um, all right, so oh boy, I'm really boy, Karen. Why didn't you poke me and say, Ellie, you only got 10 minutes to the next show? All right. I do want to show this though because hopefully it'll come up. There we go. Um, what is it? And you know, I said it's just a big fish, but I don't think it's an alligator. And what it is these dogs had seen something that scared the hell out of them. All right, here we go. They say it's a manatee, but that could have been a big catfish. Now, mind you, a catfish could swallow one of these dogs easily. And it don't have to be an alligator. Just a simple catfish can get 10 feet long. And, when you go noodling for them, they will take your whole leg. Now, you think of a leg compared to that little itty bitty white dog. White dog would be 8. Oh, yeah. Uh, as I love showing you guys this stuff. Uh, but at the same time, when you live next to water and there's big fish, uh, be careful with your animals. Definitely. All right. So, let's see. I'm going to go with living in a flood. Living in a flood because we're so close to the next show. Um, the pros about it is fishing from the couch right in your living room. But you know what? Your couch don't really float. Uh, the trip to the river has gotten shorter. You catch great fish. But you know what? Now you can't get away from it. This is living in a flood. Driving boats through the neighbors' yards is really cool, but dodging bullets for making waves in their kitchen isn't so hot. Great time to wash your house siding. Uh, ring around the house. Are we going to need wool light for ring around the collar? Ring around the house. Um, Sun tanning on the roof is cool when living in a flood, but sleeping there sucks with electro lux, they say. You can finally reach those dead branches, but you got to swim um, after the chainsaw that's floating away. Finally, meeting your email friend who floated over from the next county. She's 40 years older, 200 pounds heavier, and a foot shorter than the picture she sent. All right. So come on back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. So happy Thursday, folks. Friday's coming up with trivia. So subscribe and hit the like button and share. Great show today to share. In between the Hillary hurricane, all the way to that little dog that with a manatee, 400-pound alligator. And you know what? We do love our pets. All right, folks, come on back in about 5 minutes for the next show. And be sure to share. We're getting very popular on Facebook. But you know what? I need thousands on YouTube. If YouTube wouldn't quit, uh, they keep snipping my little leash, I guess. I'm tired of YouTube taking my viewers away or cutting me off when I keep getting more and more on Facebook. All right, subscribe, hit that like button, a thumbs up, and, ring my bell. Ring my bell. We will see you tomorrow, and we will be here tomorrow, but, be sure to enjoy our trivia. I want to thank you all for watching, and God bless.